Now I gotta find a parking spot. That's probably one thing I hate about doing delivery. Look at this guy's parking spot. But it's finding a parking spot. There's a John Wayne right there. Or it's a mural of John Wayne. It'd be weird if it was really John Wayne. It's like, don't tell anyone I didn't die. It's like 120. We'll find something. I'll have to find a way to park, and then they got horses, people walking around. Like every single parking spot's full. This is like an average day. I don't even think it's a weekend. There's rideshare right there. And over there is the illegal rideshare. Well, or illegal rideshare. And there's a horse share right there, which is kind of like a rideshare. You see the horses right there. I'll find a way in though. This guy's going. I'm gonna follow this guy right here. They got a little different traffic things here in the Stockyard area. Probably will find some. I'm definitely not paying for parking, that's for sure. 100% sure on that one. Yeah, just ride the horses around like it's nothing special. Like, you know, everyday stuff, you know. Let's see, got some people coming up here, just right here. I'll just walk right in front of you. It's like, hi, how you doing? It's like the worst place to pick up a delivery in the world, man. Maybe that or Six Flags or something like that. You can't get any worse. Picked up a few of them here for some reason. It's nerve-wracking as crap. It's because it's kind of show. People don't really take things serious. Look at all that cattle right there. And then you got cattle walking around. You don't want to get kicked by a cow, Sam Shepard style. Another thing about Willie Nelson that's cool is he's a dang good actor. I did audition for one of his movies called Ashes to Ashes back in the early 90s. A friend of mine actually got on set. He worked crew. But they didn't like me. I didn't take it that serious because I didn't think Willie Nelson was really an actor. No, I'm not going to go there. I turn this way. But he actually is. He actually is a pretty good actor. He did Red-Headed Stranger or something like that. I've seen some of the old Westerns. He's actually better than Chuck Norris. But, you know, I mean, I just didn't take it that serious. But my friend and I, Rob, we went out to Irving, the studios, the Las Colinas Studios. And he was, you know, there was a Willie Nelson movie called Ashes to Ashes. I auditioned for one of the main parts. I told Rob, I said, I don't think I gave them what they wanted. And then Rob told me, he said, yeah, I gave them what they wanted. Because he was trying to, you know, he started selling out for it. So I think I gave them what they wanted. Both of us didn't get hired. That was kind of devastation. We still continued on with what we were doing. I think I could probably park here. Yep, pay here in advance. I can't. Dang. Yeah, I got to hurry up, though. I'll tell you about the stories later on. But yeah, Billy Bob's is right there. You can see it. It was right there. It says established in 1981. That's a long shot of Billy Bob's right there. I might can park at Billy Bob's and walk over. That's probably what most people did. Yeah, that's where I met Willie Nelson in the back right behind Billy Bob's in the tour van. It was pretty cool. It was a pretty cool event. I was about probably close to 18. I graduated high school when I was 19. I graduated about a year late, so I dropped out for a year and dropped back in. This is when I was dropping back in. I got into the drama department. I got hired in this play to be a farmer. Now we were invited. We were actually on the list to be invited to Farmer's Aid, where Neil Young was going to be. We would have met Neil Young for sure, and we were going to do that too. We were going to do scenes from the play at Farmer's Aid because it was a play. It was a play about the unjust actions against the government on farmers. So it's like it's kind of an anti-government play. It was talking about how farmers are treated horrible by the government and how they take their lands. And basically, when their land is taken, it destroys everything that they have. So they end up with nothing, absolutely nothing. And it happens all the time. The government does it. But that play brought awareness to how, you know, the government's not supposed to touch anybody's land, really, especially farmers, people that are feeding them. You're not supposed to you're not supposed to smack the hand that feeds you. I'm gonna try it here. I'm gonna walk real fast. and pick this one at the Biscuit bar, maybe park way over here. I think it should be okay as long as I go pretty fast. I might can walk over that thing right there. So I'll keep it going. This could be a pretty good one. It's called the Biscuit bar. That's probably what I'll name this one. We'll walk it in there and see if we can pick it up. I've never owned any land myself, but some of my family talking about maybe getting me some land, but never done any farming or anything like that. But done some research on it. And I don't think you can cross right here. You might can. Watch your step. Yep, you can. So this is basically the Stockyards, like an entrance to the Stockyards right here. And I think it was in the 90s, early 90s when we met Willie Nelson. But yeah, this is pretty much what it looks like right here. I gotta hurry up and pick up this Biscuit bar stuff. Because see, I don't really get to do what I want to do. I have to do two things at once. A lot of times you have to do that if you can't do the exact thing that you want to do. What it is a form of fighting. And you just keep doing it until finally you just twist Hollywood's arm right behind their back. And the next thing you know, they're like, all right, here's some funding. But, cause they ain't gonna steal my footage. I'll tell you that. If they touch my footage, I'll sue them in high court. That's pretty much like my land. So just when we get across this thing right here, we'll cross the road or the street to pick up the Biscuit bar, and let's head back because they're not gonna really do anything. I'm right over there behind Billy Bob's. You know, this way right here. It's probably a really good entrance. Didn't even know this existed. So the cattle, they brought this cattle in Fort Worth for, I guess since maybe after the Civil War. And they're still bringing cattle in. You can see it's right here. You can kind of smell them a little bit. It smells kind of like hay. Yeah, you can smell it big time right here. Well done. I didn't even know this existed. Yeah. I think it's pretty cool. So walk right through there. Free parking. This is free parking at Fort Worth Stockyards. I'm gonna put it down for free parking. I know where it's at. I located it first before I parked. They got a museum right there. It's a Stockyards Museum, and we're not gonna stop by it today, though. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This would make like really good like studio stuff. If you're doing like a Western, you could probably turn a lot of these into like a little studio. Alright, I'm gonna ask around. I just walked in there and he pointed in the other direction. But I better hurry. Let me give it a try. See if there's a back entrance on it right here where the side is. Colosseum. Yep, this is a rodeo right here. So yeah, it smells like that red soil, like almost like clay. Very strong, pungent smell. This is where they bring in all the big bulls, rodeoing. They bring in the Mustangs, every single animal you can ride on. But you know, you can only see it for a minute. But I know there's always going to be a back door. Can't go that way, yeah. Have to go around the front door then. Still, it's pretty cool though. It's a big old stadium though. Wonder how many it holds. You could probably do a concert in here. If you want to, put like a little thing on the stage. Giddy up Stockyards. Right here. Yeah, there's probably like 100 different places that you can play here. They actually had a little theater for actors called the White Elephant. All right, we got it. Now, they don't have a lot of pigs here. That's one thing I like about it. It's mostly just cattle and lambs and, goats and things. But the pigs here are real dumb. They kind of smell, and they have an IQ of probably like a 4th grader. Not to be mean to pigs. This is a Stockyard Museum right here. But it's okay. You can have an IQ of a 4th grader. It's fine. They get along fine. Hey, look at my gun. Got a badge right here. They can sit around. Good old boys. The cowboy hats. Now, here's a lot of, they're looking at it right here. You don't ever want to charge one of these. They'll kill you. Especially, they'll just run you right over and eat your guts out. I talk about the pigs. Not the cattle. They don't have any really here. They bring them in sometimes to try to sell them. But like I say, they're real dumb. You ever see a play called, Charlotte's Web? They're about that dumb. They always got a spider watching out for them. There we go. So I'm a type I get around. I've been all over the world. I got into the actor studio drama school almost the same exact way. Just walked right in. But, you gotta do what you gotta do, Everybody's in the same boat. Why would I treat you any different than you would treat me? Anyway, that's the cattle. So, we're headed down this way. You can actually enter this way. didn't even know it. That's what's cool. Every step will do. And there's Billy Bob's right there. Yeah, it's right behind there where I met Willie Nelson. That's Billy Bob's, established in 1981 in a tour van. He was in his tour van. He's getting ready to do a show. We got autographs, all kinds of stuff. It's really cool. My friend got his mom's collection of Willie Nelson autographed, or at least one of the albums. I think she even brought an Elvis album. He signed the Elvis album. Billy Bob's is hiring right now for careers. It says Billy Bob's world's largest honky tonk. So they're more in the honky tonk business. Got a photographer right over there too. Murals are everywhere too. But you got to be kind of selective on what you do here, because, well, Piggy likes to show off his cowboy hat, and you got to be careful. Not that I'm being all Charlie Manson or anything, but you know what I mean. I can understand sometimes why Charlie Manson was so hateful, because he was brought up in the whole scene. They put so much fear in that man, they couldn't even think straight. When you do that to a person, you're asking for something that happened, like with Sharon Tate. They were asking for it because they tortured the man. And when you torture someone like you torture Charlie Manson, then there's a justification response. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction, right? Americans don't understand that theory, even though Einstein tried to drill it into their head. So the physics, that for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction to every action that you do. So when you torture somebody, then you're going to get the same to you. So if you treat someone horrible, it's going to happen to you, right? It's the same thing. They go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So this side of Fort Worth is a little bit emotional because of all the art. There's a lot to be gained here. There's a lot of culture and history and respect that you have to show to others. There's this Latino theater here that if you're into Latino culture, you're going to find it at the Marine Theater. They mostly do like Spanish art and things like that. It used to be an old movie theater back in the day. This is back in like the 50s and the 40s and stuff like that. Closed down a few times and opened up, closed down and opened up. But it turned into a theater, and I actually helped them out. We did a play about injustice, which is a view from a bridge. It's about illegal immigration, which it's a very passionate topic in Texas, in the United States of Texas. But I just passed earlier this empty house with nothing but legal aliens standing outside waiting to find work for the day. And why they do that, I don't know. I'm not really for it or against it. I am against treating people, with inhumanity or whatever you say, like inhumane treatment of people. But they do it, and they pick them up and they pay them for the day, and they don't get any Social Security, they don't get any retirement, and usually in a lot of cases they just get sent back to Mexico. But people do use them and sometimes even abuse them, and in some cases kill them. But it also works the other way around. So it's bad on both ends, and there's not a lot of good to it. But they are usually in their hearts are trying to find a better life, because they couldn't find it in Mexico. But you have to watch out, because the crime comes in the fact that there's so much crime against it. So there's a lot of fear that's put out there in the air. If you're a person that's putting fear out in the air, laughing and just carrying on, everything's okay. Look, everything ain't okay. All right? Everything's not okay. And when you see someone that's afraid and you laugh at them, you're just making life worse. You know, it's a time to show sympathy. When someone cries, you cry. When someone laughs, you can laugh. But when someone's being real serious, you wanna take it all serious and not laugh at them, especially when it comes to illegal citizens. Because when you're a legal citizen, it means that you're no longer you no longer have the rights that other people have. So you become illegal. That's why I was singing that song about illegal. It goes, everything's illegal. An unleashed beagle. Smoking legal. And burning the eagle. When people dislike each other, it's mostly just because they're trying to survive. It's just the way the world is. If you really have hatred towards your brother, it just means you're just trying to survive. It's not that big of a deal. People will hate in order to survive. People will get angry in order to survive. People will love in order to survive. All those emotions are just a survival mechanism. It's when you don't feel anything is when you get spit out. You can be hot and you can be cold, but you can't be lukewarm. That's a dangerous place. All right. There's the old school movie theater that Uno's is right there. They turned it into, I don't know what they turned it into. Turned it into something. I'm looking for West 7th. I'm passing West 4th. It's hard to do two things at once sometimes. And there's West 5th. Passing West 5th. We're looking for 7th. Drop off this biscuit. I literally ordered a biscuit from the Stockyards. I mean, get real. You realize what the person has to do to pick up that biscuit? I had to park way over there by Billy Bob's and walk over to this big cattle thing. I don't even know what it's called. It's kind of cattle keeper, where you keep cattles. I don't know, cattle bin. I had to walk across this wood thing. I guess it's called the Stockyards. I don't know. But I did it. So you're gonna get your biscuit dropped off at your doorstep. Food for friends.